Please remain standing and represent the colors.
A reading from the Epistle to the Philippians, Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 8. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. You may be seated as they invite you to come and come.
As thou
begins. That is the celebration begins. So we the theme for this wonderful anniversary. The first day was last said, there's time for everything. It's time for everything. And now is the time for the city of San Fernando to celebrate 24 years of the granting of city status to San Fernando. That is the Lord. 24 years is a short time, but it's a long time in the history of the evolution of San Fernando government. So yes, 24 years. Let's pray. We are celebrating 64 years, a milestone, a time to give our time, a time to reflect. What does 64 years mean for the people of San Fernando? Those who lead us, those who have brought us from then to now, what does 64 years mean for them and for us? What are we celebrating as a city? We have come together before time. Very often we take life for granted. But I'm glad that the mayor and his team have decided to begin the celebration with a church service, to recognize the importance of God in the life of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. God first, and anything else comes after. It's a time of fellowship, where we come together after 2 years of pandemic to celebrate in a special way. But in the midst of the joy of the celebration, we ask ourselves, how do we feel? How do we feel as people of San Fernando as we journey on and upward to greater heights? As leaders of the city of San Fernando, political, business, community, religious, the businesses of San Fernando, those who work and have their being in this wonderful city of San Fernando, how do we feel? Do we feel that we are making progress, or we are making progress, or we stagnating? If I was to put an answer, I would say that we are making progress. What do you think? Very often we like to see spectacular, and yet the wonder of the small things, the magic of the small things that are happening to transform our city. As a new resident of San Fernando, very often as I walk to the city of San Fernando, I stand amazed watching how the people carry out their business, watching from the buildings, the new ones and the old ones, and also watching something that's not so good. But let's of it, I am thankful because there are those who have labored and are labored and sacrificed their time and their talent and energy to ensure that all who come this place in San Fernando can aid and carry out their business in a safe and very effective manner. There's a lot to celebrate, and the mayor and his team can say more because they are the very trust of man in the city. But we are the human level being to thank God for the goodness of the blessing. To thank God for those who labor, those who come in and out, those who traverse our city of San Fernando. But San Fernando is a gateway, a very important gateway to other parts of Trinidad and Tobago. Sando, as we are called, Sando, a place that ought to be well kept, a place that provides opportunity for growth and development. I want to encourage the men to continue to press on to provide opportunities for growth and development for all of the country, regardless of what political position. Continue to work with your team to make San Fernando safe and inviting that others will be attracted to the treasure that is San Fernando. That more business people will want to come and set up shop in the city of San Fernando. That more visitors, local and international, will want to come to San Fernando. When you want to spend your holidays today and your team, they say, let us go to San Fernando. So it means that our hotel and the spouses must be well to attract foreigners and local visitors. In celebrating, we give thanks to God for 64 years of active service. Following the crucial come up and hold it before 64 years. Yet, the city of San Fernando, notwithstanding challenges, we are celebrating 64 years. So the words of Auditorium are saying 64 years, how we will be. Counselors, how we will be. 64 years. You are the community, how you will be. You are the community good because you have been given a worthy heritage, part of a discriminated men, transforming the old San Fernando into a new San Fernando. A place of love and goodwill. A place that many hold dear to their heart. I'm not in San Fernando, but I came to the city of San Fernando. I don't want to leave numbers of it. I came to Colombia, capital of San Fernando. Because there is something special, and this is my dream. When I walk the street, I feel so refreshed and safe. And police have come and do that. Also, some people take it safe. I can walk any time in my day, despite some people who try to do it. Thank you for being with that is part of our heritage or history, working together for the common good. So yes, I will forward counsel here in your team. I want to urge you, this time of privilege, this time of celebration, to seek to foster a deep sense of pride and ownership in the city of San Fernando. San Fernando belongs to us. And therefore, we must treat all the things in San Fernando as the stores of God. As God for responsibility to nurture and to build, to go where no one has gone before, and seek to live right in the community of San Fernando. Friends, one was celebrated on the 64th anniversary. of granting a city status. I want to simply hear the scene, the past must not be forgotten. I repeat, the past must not be forgotten. We must give thanks to God for those who laid the foundation that we can celebrate 3-4 years at this time. So often we forget the past. I know the way that kind of man of 50, we call it the past, the present, and the future. As we celebrate, I want to challenge the counselors, all the men, all those who work in the administration. It's not about party or self. It was service to humanity. You were elected to serve the people and know what you are doing. You are the servant of those who voted for you. But it is time to be outside the land. Because people will looking forward to the conquerors, the men of team, for hope. We live in a very broken world, a crime world, unemployment, crime, violence, neglect, abuse. But in the midst of all of this, we are looking for the men and team, the corporation, to offer that hope. And the partners that are going that takes together. Yeah? Stalin, we can make a difference. And it's in them. Yes, here is one more. I can't say that again. Yes, we have to get one more try. Tell you what? God has placed in you what it takes to transform San Fernando and make it the kind of city you want it to be. I am grateful. We will be grateful. And all not together to build this great for San Fernando. So as we celebrate, give God thanks. Remember to whom much is given, much is. To whom much is given, much is expected. God is on your side. God will give you nor forsake you. Trust in me. Bloom where you are planted in something. Never go where you are building. The challenges will be there. But I believe God will continue to overcome and to seek to make the wisdom and the wisdom of the city of San Fernando manifest for all to see. Press forward. The circle, the race is not for the simplest, but for those who can go to the end. We have a captain in the Joseph of the my observation is that hard work. And the locals say that it's a hard working job. So we are doing it. I have observed this thing. I do it. Standing outside the street. Like what? They should. I said, going here to casual among the veterans, among the taxi drivers, getting a sense of the positive action of the world, that leadership, that is in our office, walk in the plant, and gain admiration for that. Walking among the people that can respond to your needs. Are the travelers in this community and contribute to development. So may give it up. Give it up. I would go to come after you, take a page of your book. You don't say to me, you don't say to me, you can say whatever. But when you struggle the understatement. His faith in God, his word, his God, and God renewing the day, and God renewing the renewing. So again, we celebrate, we give God time, a wonderful time. Happy anniversary to you, Mr. Mayor, and all the functions and all and all your staff. Today is a special day. Let us celebrate the eve of anniversary. Celebrate God has done marvelous things true, and they continue to do so. I say to you, Mr. Mayor and Dean, and God, your future better. Your future better. Press on and on and on until you reach your goal. Don't surrender. You will never quit. But you will stop and be cool and press on. The road is there and very easy. With one help and your determination, your commitment, and please with this contribution, San Fernando is the best city in the whole world. This is the right moment. And I salute you, Mr. Mayor and the team. Take it away. Happy 51st anniversary of becoming a city. Remember the ways of dedicating California. Our appreciation based on human mind, more yourself for happiness all the time. We appreciate the city of San Fernando. We appreciate the mayor, the council of government, and all this stuff. We appreciate you. And we thank you for what you are doing for us. Continue with God bless you forever and ever. Amen. Prayer is a session. You want to appoint it to some part of prayer. Please appoint.
Prayer for the nation. Dear God, a nation that honors you is blessed. Lord, as we come before you to honor your holy name as a nation, we ask you humbly to prosper our economy, families, and relationship with other countries. Open financial doors so that we can thrive in our economy. Help our leaders to engage in business relationships with the right nations. Let them also engage in treaties that align with your will and will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Prayer for these. Lord God, you are the builder of all things. May our leaders work together harmoniously and not get sidetracked by partisan politics. Help our leaders and help us not to be divided, but to commit to working cooperatively for the common good. Give our leaders humility and respect for one another. When our leaders have different opinions and agendas, help them to find common ground and find ways to compromise. Help our leaders to be mutually supportive of one another. Amen.
Prayer for the city. Father, we thank you for your grace and goodness. May your face continually shine upon us, so that your ways may be known in our communities. Lord, we give you our land, our homes, and our neighbor. Look with favor upon
to be yourself, to yourself by our Lord. Amen. Start with faith and peace. The peace of the Lord is always with you. Let's hear one together.
Archdeacon and Edmund Primus and members of clergy, members of the diplomatic corps, His Worship the Mayor of our city of San Fernando, Holland, Julia Regrado, and Mrs. Regrado, members of the San Fernando City Council, members of the Colour Party, and I appreciate that we have the San Fernando City Police Service here with us, the CEO and the members of staff of the San Fernando City Corporation, awardees and special guests, members of the St. Paul's Anglican Church Choir, and other members who are here serving this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I beg indulgence of His Worship to invite at this time Mr. Doward Phillip, our cultural activist well known in the South, to come forward and briefly describe for us a presentation he is about to make. Mr. Phillip.
Very proudly and incidentally about this very place that I'm standing and where we are is that there were some strong personalities here who transformed the future of the Carnival right from this church. Karen Fatwa, Mrs. Marjorie Wooding, Mark Copeland, Mr. Gilbert Green, our storage. You know, I'm a Catholic, and doing this book, I discovered the Catholic Church had such a seminal role in the carnival, but the Anglican Church moved the carnival in Catholic. And his worship, when he asked me to do this work, I don't think any of us understood the kinds of things we would find out about, not only about the players, but about ourselves in the carnival and in the world, and how this little town, about a boy born right on that peak hill, would turn Harry Weller Fountain into a superstar. A boy growing up behind the library would make the songs that the good Carol referred to. Songs that we could sing, we could make it if we tried, right behind the library. A boy from Liverpool wrote a song that UB40 became UB40's biggest hit, with 400 hits on YouTube. So there are a lot of gems in the carnival, and the carnival in San Fernando became a Dola carnival. And I'm very proud to say that I am today turning over the finished manuscript to his worship and to the people of San Fernando. Thank you.
Lord Hollis, in 1846, when he requested leave for the pastor of land Louis Paradise, said, it will be given to the council under certain conditions, which will be a space of leisure for the people of San Fernando, open space, schools, churches, hospital, and police station. Maybe we did a sheet of that. But those are also from the 60s. Remember what we used to do in our children? That's very much television. That's why we bring accents and things. They were sat and had concerts. That is where we had Christmas concerts at home for Independence evening. So, a group of people, like all the residents, so, the one is still police or team, and the still something short, so we have to do too much from that. We people or something as it was intended to be. In closing, I will tell you to always give us an opportunity. For those who do not know, I was one of the first batch of children that confirmed in the street where they were built. I was also a silver on this altar. The second time, those of us who were GTE, the second time I exposed my age. I spoke about, they didn't know the branch of GTE, I spoke about when GTE used to go to Short Street, and next door to GTE was with me, and Mr. Mayor William. But that's San Fernando to go down. So the Polish church was built was a wooden church. And next door to this wooden church was a school called San Fernando Girls TC, but we were a long school. And they took boys of the age 8. So I attended San Fernando Girls TC. And this wooden church was going to play and came on the church building. And I heard the last word about Kenneth Packer. Anybody who experienced Kenneth Packer to be a disciplined person. Kenneth Packer would make school girls, boys, and symbols come to the church every Tuesday morning for a sermon. And he stand in that pulpit there and preached us. And then paid. It was a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old but he was South African. He had strong South African accent, powerful voice. When I moved from this school, I went to St. Paul's Boys. And at St. Paul's Boys, I was sitting where the only telephone was, so I answered the phone. So one day I answered the phone and I said, hello. The phone went bang! And within 10 minutes, a Austin, Cambridge, Westminster car arrived in St. Paul's Boys yard. And the tall gentleman in a long white coat marched up, asked Mr. Brown, who was the people that danced? Oh, young man, let me tell you something. And he answered before he must St. Paul's easy, we are happy. Up to the sleep, nice, beautiful, nice. Governor was here, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be blessed and praised by the voice of Clarice B. Butt. I welcome Clarice.
See the Lord.
We stand in the Lord's prayer to elect as Reverend Peter Amapari.
As our Savior has taught us, we pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
The Lord with you, who forced to live peace, be of good health, hold fast what you do. Give us favor, Lord to Lord. Strengthen the happy, support the weak, help the afflicted, love the living, love and serve the Lord, the power of our Savior in Christ. The blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, be upon you, your love and glory and felicity, now and forevermore.
Amen.
Now, your color, happy.
attendees and their guests, our specially invited guests, our members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avion Crooks, and I have a joyful duty to take you through this evening's proceedings here at San Fernando City Hall. So welcome, sit back and enjoy as we have our civic reception and awards function for this special event of San Fernando City Day. A round of applause to the city of San Fernando. I invite you all now to please stand as we have the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago. We begin with the San Fernando City Corporation Awards this evening, and allow me to read the biographies before each presentation. We begin with a Long Service Award for Mr. Michael Elliott. Michael Elliott, son of Jean Elliott, started employment at the San Fernando City Corporation at the early age of 20 years on the 18th of November 1976 as a temporary laborer in the Northeastern Ward. In 1978, he was then assigned as a lorry loader in the Transport Department. Not long after, he was promoted to scavenging loader, gaining permanent status on the 18th July 2002. In 2008, he acted as market cleaner at Central Market before being promoted to market cleaner in 2012 and worked there for 10 years until his retirement on August 15, 2021. Mr. Elliott gave San Fernando City Corporation 45 years of service. Mr. Elliott, we sincerely thank you and would like to award you this Long Service Award. So I invite this evening Councillor Nigel Joseph, if he's here. I have not seen him, so maybe Councillor Robert Paris can come forward. And Mr. Michael Elliott, please. He's not here. So he's not here. I believe someone is collecting on his behalf. But we are thankful for him, and we certainly appreciate his many years of service. His son is here with us. Congratulations, sir. Your father has done us proud. Thank you, Councillor Paris. Next, our next award award, again, long service staff, goes to Ms. Jacinta Baksh. Jacinta Baksh joined the San Fernando City Corporation at the age of 19 as a temporary trainee under a 3-month program from the then San Fernando Technical Institute. Jacinta had the remarkable job of typing and assisting with the compilation of the organization's annual estimates. 41 years later, she successfully retired as a stenographer. Jacinta recalls many wonderful experiences and marvelous achievements over the decades. In 2001, she was selected to represent the Ministry of Local Government as the first public service adjunct competition at Queen's Hall, Port of Spain. The experience was a stepping stone towards improved interpersonal skills. It was exhilarating and empowering. Several years later, Debbie, as she's fondly called, was selected to attend a workshop entitled Local Government Induction and Orientation, which led to her spearheading the task of updating the filing systems and infrastructure at the corporation as required. To date, the updated system is still utilized in some departments. In 2011, Ms. Baksh was appointed Clerk Typist 2 and was a secretary to the Chief Executive Officer. She worked long hours, sometimes beyond the call of duty, assisting with the transformation of the corporation's facilities, such as the newly built City Hall Auditorium. This was demanding but rewarding. Then, in 2015, Jacinta was appointed to act Clerk Stenographer 2 and has since retired in that capacity. She provided the corporation with prompt, accurate, and organized information that supported informed decision-making. Over the years, Jacinta has earned some major achievements such as marriage, a diploma in public relations, Bachelor of Arts, honors in marketing, Master of Arts in communications, media, and advertising. Jacinta Baksh would like to firstly thank God and extends a heartfelt thank you and best wishes to the members of council management and colleagues for their sterling support during her tenure. Mrs. Jacinta Baksh, please come forward. And I invite Councillor Rishi Balram Singh, please. Councillor Rishi Balram Singh, please to come forward to assist us with this presentation. Now, I think Jacinta looks like 19 still. Goes to Mr. Gerard Ramarak, a confident and self-motivated individual who possesses extensive knowledge and experience in the field of environmental sanitation, a dependable individual who maintains a proven track record of successfully planning and coordinating programs of work for the city of San Fernando. Mr. Ramarak extended himself not only to our beloved city, but nationally through coordinating cleanup campaigns to the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government in 2017 and 2022, for his work in public cemeteries routine maintenance at all municipal corporations, for identifying and clearing of indiscriminate illegal dump sites through all municipal corporations, and the preparation of municipal solid waste collection and disposal schedules, again through all municipal corporations. During his prominent career, he would have successfully sought professional development training in supervisory management, where he got his diploma and his certificate. He received a diploma in human resource development from the Institute of Commercial Management, 2009, and of course a certificate in landscape management for entrepreneurs from the University of the West Indies in 2003. For his dedication, the San Fernando City Corporation is very privileged and honored to award Mr. Gerard Ramarak this award. Please come forward, sir. And I invite our Deputy Mayor, who is here with us this evening, Alderman Dr. Faridiano Hussain, to make this presentation. Thank you. And I recognize you this evening, Deputy Mayor. Our next presentation is to Mr. Imtiaz Hussain. In 1980, Mr. Hussain started his service in the public sector working as a checker in the Princeton Regional Corporation, then the Victoria County Council. After working as a checker, Mr. Hussain was then promoted to being a foreman, and he held that position for 15 years. On the 1st of October 1997, Mr. Hussain went on to work as at the Port of Spain Corporation as an engineer assistant 2 for 10 years. After holding these various positions, Mr. Hussain then worked as a work supervisor 3 at the Port of Spain Corporation until 2012. On October 22, 2012, he went on to work at the Point Fortin Borough Corporation for another 4 years as a town superintendent and then as a town engineer until 2019. In 2019, Mr. Hussain started the last chapter of his long journey at the San Fernando City Corporation as an acting city engineer, a post he held until his retirement. During his tenure at the San Fernando City Corporation, Mr. Hussain illustrated great enthusiasm and dedication in performing his duties. He is one who goes beyond the call of duty, for example, working late hours, even during the night, to ensure that projects are completed in a timely manner. His warm personality and gentle smile contributed towards his achievement of good team spirit with his fellow workers. And his devotion to his religion was also reflected in his demeanor in and around his office. Mr. Hussain has been a great asset to the San Fernando City Corporation, and for that we recognize and thank him for his contribution to our city of San Fernando. Mr. Imtiaz Hussain, please come forward. And again, oh, and this evening we have his daughter. Sorry? Oh. So on his behalf, the council will collect from Deputy Mayor. Whatever it is, I'm not paying for it. I gave you all the pieces. Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor, Alderman Dr. Ferry Hussain. This evening we have a very special presentation, and I invite His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Regrello, to please come forward. This gentleman was born in 1963 to parents Ramjit and Bhamati Singh, and lived with them and his three sisters on the Harira Cocoa and Coffee Estate, where his dad was a driver. Accompanying his dad on the estate is probably where his love relationship with agriculture began, although it is not certain that this love is reciprocated. He began his formal professional life at the age of 16, and thus will have served his country for 44 years as a public servant on his retirement. From this early age, his career trajectory was marked with a resoluteness to grow and excel, but according to his interests and skills, in other words, on his terms. This is most demonstrated when you examine the birth certificates of his 4 sons, In each you will see a different job listed for the father, from checker to engineering assistant to work supervisor 1 and 2 and building inspector. He was moving on. That is, yes, 4 promotions, but the last to Chief Executive Officer at the San Fernando City Corporation represents the overflow of God's blessings to ensure he can afford to not just raise his boys, but educate and provide them opportunities to develop into respectable, sensible, and confident citizens. Thus, his eldest Timothy is a lawyer, Micah is pursuing a master's in international relations in France, Reese is at Sheffield in the UK doing medicine, and Andrew is pursuing a degree in veterinary medicine at Toronto. San Fernando City Corporation has been good to this gentleman. It is here he was supported and provided the means to dream and believe he could do more than he ever imagined. This is why he never left when offered a promotion to return to Princestown. He has been pleased with the health, technical, administrative staff, as well as the mayor and councillors to serve the residents, business people, governmental and non-governmental institutions located within the burgesses of the city. This evening, we honor and present with a special award a gentleman who was not aware he was receiving, Mr. Indarjit Singh, Senior. Congratulations to all the recipients of these awards. Let's give them all another round of applause. We have worked right here hundreds of years of service, which has moved our simple little town to a beautiful, prosperous city. And these people are to be congratulated and honored at every point. Let's have a bit of entertainment. I invite now to our stage Lady Adana.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My greetings to all the honorable guests and all the audience this evening. If we wait for Salami to get back to the track, as I grace you with 2 selections, it was a special request from a special person. Are you ready for the tune?
Yes. Super.
You sure?
Yes, I'm ready for the tune.
All right, well, let's go. I heard that.
Ooh.
song is one of my favorite calypsos, and I think one of the greatest calypsos ever written. Don't you agree with me, Mr. Mayor? And we will recognize the composer, Mr. Gregory Valentine, the good brethren. I told you that one day you would hear my version of this immortal classic. Earl has said that a good calypso is timely and timeless. And this calypso rising is that, in my style. I hear a song, I hear a cry. Some say that it's wrong, but I can't see why. All that I know is when I hear it, ooh, it fills me so, and I feel a spirit. I heard a voice say that everything was changed, but when it changed, why we keep on
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for that beautiful voice. Wonderful talent. I'm a school teacher and I try every year to do that piece, Calypso Rising, as a poem for my students, no matter what year. I think it's appropriate. Thank you, Lady Adana, for reminding us of the excellent work that we have coming out from this little city of San Fernando. Lady Adana herself and others. Thank you so much. We move now to some special awards for some groups, people who have made us in the city of San Fernando proud over the last short while. First, this evening, a special award for education. This award goes to college, St. Benedict's College. St. Benedict's College is one of the top schools located in Laramie and San Fernando. The school was founded by Don Basil Matthews and first opened on 11th September 1956. Through the years, St. Benedict's College has had a long-standing reputation of academic success. However, it is in the spirit of football that they have been able to excel. It was during the 1960s that the principal, Don Basil Matthews, was able to put together a group of young footballers that dominated the college competitions, and several of them went on to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the national level. Although they have not been successful in recent times, or have they? Or have they? 10 nil, I saw it. We saw a resurgence of energy last year and almost dominance this year. It is in this context that the San Fernando City Corporation recognizes St. Benedict's College. So, I invite Councillor Teresa Lynch, and I am not sure who is the representative of St. Benedict's College here with us this evening. Principal. Madam Principal, you should have walked with the ball. Congratulations to the school with a tradition of excellence, not just in football and sport, but in all spheres. Hard-working teachers, remarkable students. St. Benedict's College. Our next recipient receives an award for community service. This goes to Miss Ursula de Castro. Ursula was born on the 7th of July, 1926. She grew up in the village of Peparo, then moved to the city of San Fernando. She has 2 children, 5 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. As the children grew older, that chapter of being a stay-at-home mom came to an end, and she decided to pursue her own dreams. Ursula became a member of the Soroptimist International Esperance Group in 1979 and was president between 1984 and 1986. She was National Council President for 2 years shortly afterwards. She has been representing Soroptimist International in San Fernando for many years and also sits on various committees and works with groups that focus on human rights issues, including one that advocates for the elimination of violence against women. She has also been recognized for 3/4 of a century of unselfish community service and has won Interclub's Volunteerism Award. Actually, I think Mrs. De Castro has assisted every possible community group in San Fernando, serving every age, every stage, every ability or disability. Mrs. De Castro is kind, compassionate, and always has something positive to say about everything and everyone. She is an artistic florist, a strong and special lady, loved and respected. She is truly an inspiration to us all. I invite Councillor Marcus Gidari to come forward and assist with the presentation of this award for community service to Miss Ursula De Castro. Thank you so much. And now to the area of sport. Good catch, Marcus. To the area of sport, this evening we recognize the life and work of Mr. John Stedman. John Stedman is a true son of San Fernando. His passion for football is well known in San Fernando, and his reputation is celebrated nationally and internationally. Hailing from Funroe Street, he attended San Fernando Government School and St. Benedict's College, where he was outstanding with the all-conquering St. Benedict's team of that era under Dom Basil Matthews. Mr. Stedman has a BSc in Physical Education from Brooklyn College and in 1999 received his FIFA Futuro 2 football coaching badge. Mr. Stedman has a long history of representing San Fernando as a football player, which dates back to the 1950s from primary school and throughout his secondary school life. His career in football solidified in the 1960s when he represented Trinidad and Tobago in CONCACAF Championship in Barbados and Jamaica. He also gained international experience when he began playing professional soccer in New York for several clubs like New York General Soccer Club, Blue Stars Soccer Club in the German American Soccer League, and the New York Cosmos Pro League. In 1979, he returned to Trinidad and took up an assignment with St. Benedict's College and reintroduced football in the school. Between 1982 and 1984, he coached the Naprima College football team and brought them resounding success and joined them as head coach between 1995 and 2002. His talent and dedication to the sport of football is not only well known, but his reputation speaks for itself. The string of wins that he has under his belt lifted the reputation of Naprima College, and his impact on the sport will remain etched in time. We honor and recognize Mr. John Stedman. I invite Councillor Riyad Hussain to please come forward and assist with this presentation. When he was about 7 to play football with Mr. John Stedman, he said, let him run, he will lose weight. If he saw him now, he would feel that he would say the same thing, try and let him run. Thank you so much, Mr. John Stedman. culture, this evening we recognize the work of Mr. Sean Ramsey. Sean Ramsey was born on July 15, 1971. He started his fan career at Pleasantville Senior Comprehensive in the early 1980s, where he met Ken Fillmore, who was the school pan arranger. In 1987, Fillmore introduced Mr. Ramsey to Fontclair, and he was a member of the band that played the memorable Pan by Storm that lost by
Half a point.
4 points. A result which continues to hurt, pain, and confuse San Fernando to this very day. Mr. Ramsey went on to make a name for himself as an arranger with several bands, but it is his work with his beloved Old Tech Steel Orchestra that has made his mark as a tutor and for the role he has played in training young pan players that have benefited in this region. Mr. Ramsey is tireless and has given selfless effort and has produced many pan players which have moved on to play with many different bands around Trinidad and Tobago. Today, the San Fernando City Corporation salutes you, Mr. Sean Ramsey. And I invite Councillor Robert Harris to come forward and present this event. Mr. Mike Mann, please get ready with the cordless. Thank you so much. Also in the field of culture, Gregory Valentine. The record will show that a Gregory Valentine composed calypso has won every single competition in Trinidad and Tobago, with the exception of Senior Soca Monarch, which interestingly enough, he has never entered. Ironically, he has also captured the junior version of the Soca Monarch among his many successes. These include Junior Monarchs, Young Kings, National Queens, National Monarch, Extempo Monarch, and Humorous Calypso Monarch. The latter two titles among his personal achievements. Born less than 100 yards from the San Fernando City Hall, Valentine distinguished himself in calypso at San Fernando Government Secondary School, where he performed for the then Prime Minister, Dr. Eric Williams, under the given sobriquet, the Mighty Uncle. He would go on to win the Calypso King title at UWI Mona, where he majored in mass communications. Earlier, at the tender age of 9, he won the National Arts Festival in 2 categories, storytelling and verse speaking, for Hope Easy School in Tobago, before passing the Common Entrance exam for Bishop's High School and returning to Trinidad. While he has been relatively quiet on the local calypso scene in recent years, in that same time, he has penned songs that have won no fewer than 10 Calypso Monarch titles in Antigua, Grenada, Anguilla, Montserrat, and the US Virgin Islands. The multi-talented San Fernandian is also well remembered for his starring roles in local movies Bacchanal Time and Tangled Lives. The university-trained broadcaster has also hosted Scouting for Talent for 2 seasons and worked as a freelance announcer on Radio Tempo. GB has also added lyrics to songs like Shorty's Endless Vibrations and Sparrow's Lying Excuses back in the 1970s. Not confined to calypso, GB has also composed award-winning gospel hits for Sean Daniel and launched Ricky Jai's calypso career with the classic chutney Sumintra. Marilyn Williams' Ribbons, now a classic Christmas standard, is also one of his gems, as well as the classic Calypso Rising, which is fast becoming the most covered calypso of Trinidad and Tobago. Today, the city of San Fernando is pleased to honor this distinguished son of the soil, Mr. Gregory Valentine. This award will be presented by the Mayor, Congratulations, Jimmy. Mr. Valentine, I asked you, Mike, I don't know if you want to sing a little something for us. She's singing already. All right, okay, understood. Give him another round of applause, Mr. Gregory Valentine. Thought you might have tried his hand at singing swimming drum. Thank you, Mayor, for remaining on. We go now to the area of business. This evening, we recognize the work of Dalby Paladin. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And this Mr. Dalby Paladin is of Pennywise Cosmetics Limited. Pennywise Cosmetics Limited, a family-owned business, is the largest retailer in the Caribbean of personal care products, including cosmetics, beauty aids, health products, and pharmaceuticals. At the helm of this enterprise is Dalby Paladin. Mr. Paladin seems to possess the Midas touch. As a matter of fact, his is the proverbial rags to riches story. Following his graduation from Hillview College, he gained entry into the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus to read for a bachelor's degree in pharmacology. In the second year of this program, however, his journey into academia came to an abrupt end after his father suffered a third heart attack. In 1984, Dalby Paladin was forced to leave his academic program and assist his brothers and his ailing father in the family business. At that time, this was a stall in the Chaguanas market and a budding wholesale business which was facing an uphill battle for survival. His capacity for hard work, a focused vision, and acute entrepreneurial skills soon propelled him into a leadership role in the business. In 1987, Pennywise opened its first branch in Arima under his stewardship. Since then, Dalby Paladin has mushroomed the company to its present position, now a leading corporate entity with over 1,400 employees, offering more than 16,000 items at its 10 locations, 2 of which are malls owned by Pennywise Cosmetics Limited. Corporate success, however, is only a partial reflection of this gentleman. In addition to his business acumen, he also inherited from his parents a deep and abiding faith in Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, and has been deeply inspired by the philosophy of Sai Baba to serve mankind. Thousands of individuals have benefited from the provision of meals, food hampers, clothing, and medical supplies. As a matter of fact, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Paladin initiated a food drive which resulted in some 20,000 35-pound food box distributions throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Under the leadership of Mr. Paladin, prefab homes are built almost on a weekly basis for needy families in Trinidad that are really in dire need of shelter. Service, however, was not restricted to Trinidad. He has led teams into Curacao, Haiti, Guyana, Grenada, Dominica, and most recently, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, bringing food relief and building homes for those in need. The government of Trinidad and Tobago recognized this sterling contribution by awarding Mr. Dalby Pallaby the prestigious National Hummingbird Gold Medal for service in 2017. Notwithstanding his outstanding achievements, Mr. Dalby Pallaby remains a very humble and private person who is deeply committed to his family and his motherland. Mr. Dalby Pallaby, we salute you, and this evening, please come forward to receive an award for your work in business. This award is presented by His Worship, I now invite the awardee to say a few words.
Sitaram, Sairam, Assalamualaikum. Good night, everyone. What you heard in the little intro was a reflection of not me, but the company I keep, the people who make it happen. We are just tools, from the guy who is selling pins and clips in Chubanas Market to the person who up until today was at his office, loved what he does, begging his parents to drop out of UE because he hated school, and getting there okay for my mom because my dad was not well, and then taking my family and bringing them to work together to make this institution that we call Pennywise here is only a part of what I'm here for. These works are part of why we are here. And I want to leave a message with everyone in the room and everyone who may listen to this simple thing. Most people today feel that after God and your parents, your family is the most important thing. All these counselors have already started to understand, some of them may, that the second most important thing in this earth is your motherland. Your motherland. Without your motherland, we have no work, we have no peace, we have no husband, wife, we have nothing. The motherland that we live in is and should be our focal point. Today, we see her literally bleeding. What we want, everybody, just spend a little more time to give her love. I know family is important. I live that. But the mother, I always say, if your mother was bleeding, will you go about your business? No, we will spend time to try to give her some extra love. And that is the only reason I wanted to say tonight that the reason for doing all these works, ever since I know me, I remember when I used to sell the pins, I used to try to sell it with love. And so I would sell the most out of all my brothers. And I was the number or the third brother. And I would sell the most. And we went through myriad different challenges. having even lost my only sister in 2022, many of you would have known that she also was a victim of crime. So, this opportunity, wherever I get it, we like to make people reflect on why we're really here. We're really here because God gave us this chance to try our best to share love, unconditional love. And that is the simple message we have. I'd like to thank, of course, he has become a close friend of the worship, the mayor, and of course his wife, who we know many years as we were coming up. San Fernando, as you all know, is very important to us. Having built that mall so far off, and you know why we did that? We knew that we had the pull of the people and the love of the people, and we had to take a risk to invest when we didn't have much, away. And of course, within 6 months, the sales were already double of wherever we were before. And it shows, again, that determination, God's grace, brings everything to us. Remember, Sagaba says, don't go to the grocery or the supermarket and ask for apple when you could get everything in the supermarket. Ask for God's grace every morning and you will get everything added on to you. All you have to do is love, and love unconditionally. Thank you.
Mr. Dalby Pallaby of Pennywise Cosmetics Limited, thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us this evening and reminding us of what is needed at this time. Yes, in truth, love our motherland. We have a special award. Miss Galisa Charles. She is the daughter of Rhonda Alexander Charles. She was born on the 18th of November 2004 and in fact turns 18 today. It's that great. Miss Charles has always been intrigued by science ever since the age of 7. She attended the Southern Academy of SDA and did exceptionally well, getting a 9 CSEC subjects and gaining 5 distinctions. She went on to do the pre-science program at the University of the West Indies after receiving a partial scholarship at the end of her 5 years. Her desire is to be a dentist, and from her track record so far, she will achieve this with flying colors. Good luck to you, Miss Charles, and today we give you a special presentation to wish you happy birthday. Mia, where is Please? Okay, she comes forward. So Khalees, you have a very special birthday you shared with the city. The city is 34 years old today. She's a child of the city. Let's give her a round of applause. Our city has been so far in the news so much and doing so well. We're hearing so many things about the city of San Fernando. As a matter of fact, I think we are blowing up here in San Fernando, and Port of Spain is getting a bit jealous. And much of that has to do with the stewardship of His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Rebello. I invite him to the microphone now to make remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Share a couple of stories with you. The young lady got the with it, give her a while ago there. I met her on social media she said that you were celebrating City Day and it's the same day as my birthday. So I said, why don't you come to City Hall and spend some time with us? He said, no, she's going to Jenny's to have dinner with friends. So no, come and have dinner with us. So we went up to Pennywise today and got her a gift set. And she's here with us to joke. Happy birthday. Let me just touch on Mr. Paladi's contribution about love Trinidad and Tobago. That's critical, love Trinidad and Tobago. He spoke about his humility and how they started and where they are today. Do you know that he's invited me a couple of times to go with him on a Sunday morning where you go into communities and build houses? So I said, what time do you leave? He said, 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm not getting up 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to sleep. Right? And that's what it is. So when we are home, relaxing on a Sunday morning, he and his family and the gentleman next to him and his wife, friends, they go to the Beatum, Sealots, Laventil, St. Vincent, when they had a hurricane, something like that. And there's a hurricane, he premises a hurricane, he pack up containers and go to St. Vincent and build houses. It's our best kept secret. We don't know about these things, and there's no fanfare, there's no statement on the papers, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Just said it discreetly here this evening. It's just the tip of the iceberg. I know what he does, a whole lot more than that. So you really want to congratulate him, and you know honorary son of Mr. Paladi. The team selected people, John Stedman, for instance, was recommended by one of the councillors. John was in that glory days of the 1960s. Somebody spoke about St. Benedict's living in Moruga 10. I could tell you when they gave us Jet 21. The one and I was there. In 1967, it's kind of back when they gave us Jet. Every 5 minutes was another goal. 10. That's how good St. Benedict's would have been in the 1960s. We were much better than that. The top football team in the country at the time was the Defence Force. St. Benedict's held on St. Vincent's Defence Force in Guarakara Park, with them 5. They kept it quiet. Nobody, when they didn't want to see the humiliation and embarrassment. Warren Archibald and Leroy DeLeon and John Stedman rampant. That's how good St. Benedict's would have been. So in that context, you have to look at the legacy St. Benedict's set over the years. We're very happy to see them back in the fold and doing damage and causing problems and making San Fernando proud. And when the MC spoke at that John played for Cosmos in the United States, you know who played on that team? France Beckenbauer. You know who played on that team? Pele. So you have to get an understanding of the level the people he played with. So you have to understand where he was. When we give one award tonight, it's a token, yes, but you want to give him recognition because he'll pass John playing an Iron Fun Club, relied by Karaman with the shop, but you know who he is. He's a hero. That's why we recognize him today. Gregory Valentine, we can't call one of some Gregory compose and competition this one. The Mystic Paula won a competition, which is one of my favorite, with a tune called Look Beneath the Surface. Do you remember that song? Look Beneath, he composed that. And the list goes on and on and on. Gregory used to be the drummer in Skiffle. Nobody knew. I knew actually Gregory is the local James Brown. He could dance too. That's why I knew him, local James Brown. So Booksy Sharp came to me and said he had a song and he was going to look up somebody to write the song for him. I said, check the drummer. So he can write. I said, yeah, he can write. So what's the name of the song? He said, the name of the song is This Feeling Nice. I said, Gregory, come, write that song. And about 12 minutes, we had This Feeling Nice. This Feeling Nice went on to win Panorama for both Skibble and Phase 2 in Hollis. Before that year, Booksy called again, he said, I have a next song now. So we name that song. He said, Woman is Boss. Give Gregory it. Gregory, I ain't get no royalty and that. Everybody a beer for myself. But we were able to establish and create connections. We traveled. We were speaking about our tours abroad. We had to leave San Fernando, go to Edmonton and perform and come back in 10 Panama finals. Arrive in Trinidad Friday night at about 11 o'clock. Go to Savannah the next day, 1 o'clock, and do the Panama Tune, win the competition. That's the kind of talent we have in San Fernando. So our selection process is very profound in understanding in San Fernando. Greg, you mentioned all the schools that you went to, they didn't mention Modsec. These are Modsec boy. They call all kind of different schools, even the center of San Fernando. What already had somebody from this school, from this building. So today we really want to pay tribute to all those persons who would have contributed to the landscape and the evolution of our city and recognize them. So I want to thank the team for supporting and making this happen. I want to thank you for coming out here this evening. We have about the thanks coming in. I'm just personally very must express my gratitude. I want to thank the ambassadors as well for coming and share this evening with us. So we're going to do what we have to do, and one of the things we spoke about earlier on about Dawad's book, that will be our legacy team. That will do there. We went back and forth with it. It's still a work in progress. We hope to launch that book for Carnival of 2023, which is probably the best time to launch it. When the diaspora come down here and create a revenue stream for the corporation. And we have something to sell. I'll tell you what happened. I went to Port Spain one day. I like to read. I went through a bookstore. And all I saw was books about Port Spain this, Port Spain that, Port Spain the other, and there's nothing about San Fernando history. That's where I got the idea from. So we have something to sell. Beyond that, we have Professor Samuel, who's also writing the history of San Fernando as well. Because Michael Anthony wrote from 1500 to 1900. What happened after 1900? There's so many things happening after that. We had the riots in Faizabad, we had riots in San Fernando too, for those who don't know. We had a riot in High Street. That happened in 1987, the Butler riots was on High Street as well. We did document that. We have the Bloody Tuesday on Circular Road. We have to document that. It's not there. There are so many things that we have to write about and talk about. This is where Professor Samuel is quietly and diligently working on history. So this team will do extremely well. In spite of the adversities and the challenges that we have, we're going to leave something for the people of San Fernando. I thank
you. You can just feel the passion resonating out of him. Thank you so much. Our Mayor, His Worship Alderman Junior Ibrahim. Let's give him another round of applause. This is a mayor who is everywhere. I mean, sometimes I turn around and say, but I thought you were just across, and he's here already. He moves swiftly. So we've had awards, and I really do want to congratulate those who have been honored this evening with an award, but it simply means that we recognize your work thus far, and we want you to continue making us proud. I invite now Councillor Robert Paris to move the vote of thanks.
His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Regrello, my fellow members of Council, all dignitaries who are here with us, we thank you. Especially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, our friends in the press, a special good evening to you all. So my task here tonight is quite simple. It's just plainly to say thank you. So we'll start off by giving thanks to tonight's chairman of the proceedings, Ms. Avion Crooks, our distinguished master of ceremony, who eloquently directed us through tonight's proceedings. Then I want to give special acknowledgement to Mr. Deward Phillip for remembering us and educating us on the history of ourselves and our contribution to carnival and culture, and reminding us that we are a Douglas Carnival in San Fernando. I want to especially acknowledge as well, before I acknowledge the awardees, the members of staff led by Ms. Georgie, who did a tremendous job here tonight and are all decked off in their blue. Well done. Yes, then Mr. Clifton videotape them. So, to our awardees, and I named all of you: Mr. Michael Elliott, Miss Jacinta Debbie, I know her as Debbie Bash, Gerard Ramarak, the one and only Mr. Inderjit Singh. One of these days, I think when you retire, I will tell this story. I want to do that. I hope His Worship allows me to do that. Lady Adana, our entertainer, for telling us the truth. And who ready for the truth? And her beautiful rendition of Calypso Rising. Our awardees in Benedict's College, man. Ursula Castro, the one and only Mr. John Stedman, Sean Ramsey, Woltec boy, Gregory G.B. Ballantyne boy, nice seeing you, sir. Mr. Dalvi Palandi, who reminded us how important our motherland is and how to share unconditional love. That's the story that I got from you. Thank you, sir. Give him a round of applause. Very inspirational. And young Miss Charles, who could have been at somewhere with her friends celebrating her birthday, but you chose to spend your birthday tonight with us. And your worship, I really like that gesture. Really, give her a round of applause. So I will not leave the lectern without sharing a little Junior Regrello story, as I always give. So His Worship, the mayor, some years ago, I forget what it was, but I came to him with some idea, and he said to me, and I wrote it down, Robert, when the country is unhappy about anything, we give them culture. Give him a round of applause, please. It's something that I remembered, and it's something that I take with me in my stewardship as a councillor for Pleasantville. And I said this at another place. That's one of the reasons why I started People Radio. So acknowledge that man. He's really doing an excellent job as the mayor of San Fernando. Please, once again. So ladies and gentlemen, with those few words, I would just like to thank you once again. And for those who will be joining us tonight at 4 a.m., and some of the councillors and myself, we will be going somewhere before 4 a.m. Hopefully, Deputy Mayor will join us. Let the festivities begin. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, San Fernando. Thank you so much.
Paris, now, 34 years means you're a young adult. 34 years means that you're taking on some responsibility, but you're still open to learning. 34 years these days could mean that you're now looking for a spouse. But 34 years means that you've crossed some water and you're ready and willing to cross some more. We in San Fernando, we are 34 years old. Give our city a round of applause. And being a San Fernandan, growing up here, going to school here, I mean, I'm one of the fortunate ones. I went to school at San Fernando Girls Government School, and I've been teaching there for 27 years. So, I'm a San Fernando person. So I felt very honored when I was invited to be part of this ceremony this afternoon, this evening, and thank you, His Worship, for inviting me and for letting me be a part of this. I want to wish you all a great evening. You are not running away. Please stay. If you have your costume for Juve, you can change in the back. And you can go out on the road. I am going to go home and rub my chest with Vicks so that I wouldn't get sick when I'm out there. Have a wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, it's all about celebration in San Fernando.